Straight.
Well, g'day everyone. This is the road between Flying Fish Point at Innisfail. We're going to head from Flying Fish Point to Innisfail and head from there to Paronella Park. And I'm hoping to take you on a little bit of a tour of Paronella Park. Today it's very beautiful. I don't know if they allow live streaming and videoing in there, but we'll see. I may have to stop at some stage, but that'll just be called Paronella Park Part 2. And this will just turn into travelling to Paronella Park, but I'm not going to bother renaming it. So enjoy mangroves, well, not quite mangroves, but a little bit like mangroves on my right and nice houses on my left as we drive along. And this is essentially this is a suburb of Innisfail. Now, Innisfail is spelled I-N-N-I-S-F-A-I-L, and I assume that the fail means vale. It's an old English or Scottish version. Innis sounds like Scottish, Innisfail. So it means Innis Town, or Innis Township. And for those of you that are in America, get used to the side of the road that I'm on. This is, there we go, that's a little bit better. That'll freak you out. Yes, I'm on the wrong side of the road. Yeah. What's that noise, Graham? I don't know. That's just me going, yeah, wrong side of the road. And now we have rainforest on both sides of the road, but yeah, this is more the hotter tropical rainforest that you don't get. Oh, sorry, the windscreen's a little bit dirty. So there's a mark on the video right there. White gunk. Sorry, we'll have to clean the windscreen. Now I've got to clean the inside because I touched it. But I hope you enjoy the beautiful scenery. It does look beautiful, but it's very hot. And it's humid, so it's oppressively hot. Yeah, sweaty hot.
I haven't told Graham this, but someone wants to look at our house to buy it.
Woohoo!
So pray for us with that.
And hopefully they can pay at least $300,000 so we can get rid of that debt. But I'd prefer to get over $300,000.
And we've put it a bit higher, so hopefully she'll pay for that.
Yes, so hopefully they'll pay over 300. And hopefully they don't listen to this and go, oh, well, I'll sell it for 300. Well, we might, but we might not. I'll bring Sunny to you.
Anybody there today?
I don't know, no one's commenting. No one's joined. Yeah. Yes, that's right. His way is perfect. His way is perfect.
My cousin, she's talking about wanting a Bible and everything. So.
And we'll try and witness it to her. She's talking about going to church. Now, you can see straight ahead, it might not be very clear, but just to the left of the road, let me see if I can get my finger so that you can see it, about there somewhere is a water tower. Just about to go behind the trees. We've got a very similar water tower in Ingham where I grew up. It's a weird looking shape, but that's what that was. That's a water tower. And what they do is they mean that the water pressure in town is higher because you've pumped water up into that tower so that it increases the pressure in the mains system. And you don't have to be running pumps 24/7 when it's struggling to keep up. Now, I'm guessing where I go. Yes, yes. That's why I have my indicator on. Thank you. We haven't been here a lot. There is a Baptist church here, Mark,
Yeah.
but I don't know anyone here.
Well, Brethren, but you go to Brethren church.
If you can find one. But we don't know anyone. We don't know if it'll be any good. It might be terrible. I know that Tracy has a good sermon. He preaches long, but he's a good preacher. And I'd like to see those people. Like to say hello. Haven't seen them for ages. So I prefer to go to Cardwell. I don't know, an hour. And then it's less than an hour from Cardwell to Ingham. I don't know. I'll have to find out. Sorry. Yes.
So we're going to the main street.
Cardwell Baptist Church, I think they're called. Are we? I don't know how to get to Paronella Park from here. You got it?
Yes,
Right. I can't hear her.
Yes, I'm going to turn you in the right direction.
So straight?
See the water tower?
Oh, yes, the water tower's straight ahead, pretty much.
Looks like it's got big lights on.
Sorry, I said left, just to the right of being, yeah, well, stop planes crashing into it to make it look pretty at night. I wouldn't mind driving around here at night. See what Innisfail looks like at night time. And on the left, there is a park for servicemen, although that there is now, that's a statue to the old cane cutters. So back in the 50s, they started growing sugar here. So turn right. You can say your side or my side, if that helps you. So there's the water tower straight over there. There's CWA, Country Women's Association. A lot of towns in Australia used to have a CWA. So for women who were
in America,
feeling isolated, in America they're
Christian women's.
Well, there are Christian ones, but there are non-Christian ones in America as well. Like that. CWA was just country women.
So we need to go to Townsville.
Who may or may not be Christian. Towards Townsville, yes. So there's sort of like a 4-H club, I think, in America. Bamboo Creek? Don't think what?
I don't think so.
Yes, I am. There's just no one to join. No one wants to join. Kevin's doing something else, and everyone else is over at CJ listening to how terrible Kent Hovind is. Because he's been convicted of bashing his wife or whatever happened there. I don't know.
Mangoes.
Mangoes.
Oh, click.
Yeah, not now. Well, we'll find out. They're there tomorrow. They're more likely to be there tomorrow than they are, because it's a stall and they're much more likely to find people on a Saturday. They'll probably be crowded tomorrow. So you've got to remember that's where they are and tell me before we pass them. Keep going. Innisfail, Japoon Road, South Johnson, Paronella Park. There we go. And Paronella Park, Wangan, South Johnson. So we turn?
Yeah, keep going straight. Still straight.
Not really. It just splits.
On the map, it doesn't look like this.
No, I know, because the map's wrong. They need to update their map. They did that to me before. You actually get to there and it's a T-junction. That's the straight. It's the other one now. They've changed it. And Google haven't updated. Have you, Google? Oh, you don't care. You don't listen to me. I'm talking to myself. Which I'm talking to myself on the stream anyway. But people can watch this later on. And to our left is the South Johnson River, I believe.
Which is probably salt water, isn't it?
Oh, that's not salt water there, but that would have saltwater crocodiles in it because it's open to the sea. And it's deep enough that saltwater crocodiles can come in there. But that's tidal, not salt water. Salt water is the sea, Mark. And then between the sea and the river it gradually becomes more and more fresh. And that moves depending on tides and other things. What? No, go for it. Bet you I am, because that's what it looks like when I'm on. So bananas off to the left there, and mangoes in front of them, and some other different trees. I don't know what all of those trees are. Some of the bunch fruit trees.
That's that one person's watching.
Yes, you.
No, before I got on.
Right. Okay. So how could you see that one person was watching before you got on?
Because it was on.
Okay, but you can't see that until you get on. Mine's saying that 0 people are watching still. Well, I think I've been doing this a bit longer than you. I think I understand StreamYard better than you. What? Huh? Uh-huh. Which is why I charge it when it's on 70 and freak out when it gets below 90. But if I don't, it'll do that to me. Bananas off to the left again, and that was sugarcane just before it. And it looks like they're going to plant sugarcane the other side.
Are we going to go over the railway lines?
There's lots of little tram lines. They're the small trains that carry the sugarcane. In fact, you may see some of those trains because it's sugarcane season. There's sugarcane being cut. So if you hear me say cane, anything, that is sugarcane. So what's this? This Wangan?
No. This is Johnson Park. We got to Johnson Park.
Okay.
So,
This is Johnson.
Oh, no, this is
This is Wangan.
where we got our fuel.
There's the fuel up there. This is Wangan. Yep, Wangan Bakery. Yes, we did get the fuel up there. That ample.
Yes, I was saying there.
What?
That's another. I did it wrong. I made a mistake.
Okay. There, you mean?
Yeah.
Right, but that's not. So that's not the mistake.
No.
What was the mistake?
Oh, I thought that was further down. That
Okay.
bakery, I thought it was the.
No, you thought the bakery was a petrol station. Right. Ingham Drilling Mark. So even though we're nearly 2 hours from Ingham, well, people do travel a bit up here. So this road off to my right is the road up to the Tablelands. That's the road we came down on the other day. And I've got a ute behind me, a utility vehicle. You people would call it a truck in America, but it's a small truck. But he keeps wanting to tailgate me. He wants to go faster than me, even though there's a car in front of me, so I can't go faster. But he's deciding, oh no, I'm going to sit on your tail, and hopefully that'll mean he'll get there half a second quicker. But he's risking having an accident. Get off my tail, mate. You're being ridiculous.
Is there a Christian bookshop in Brisbane?
I would hope so. Hope there's more than one. Well big enough to have many Christian bookshops. There's probably a Word and a Koorong, at least. But hopefully there's some independent ones that aren't compromising with the world. And just in it for the money. And I apologize for the black thing covering part of your screen. That is because my telephone or my phone holder, my phone holder, we call them a mobile phone here in Australia, but you Americans call them cells or smartphones, or we do use the term smartphone, but generally just call them a mobile phone or a mobile even. So if you ever hear the term mobile, that's what we Australians mean by what you call a cell phone or a smartphone.
So if you see the smoke, that's a sugar cane.
Yep, straight ahead of us, there's a couple of stacks just to the right of the trees on my left. 2 stacks, there's smoke coming out of one of them, well, both of them got a bit of smoke, but one of them's got more thicker, watery vapor type of smoke, and the other one's got a darker, thinner. But anyway, my phone holder is very close to my rear view mirror. And so you're getting the blackness of the rear view mirror holder where it attaches to the windscreen. You're getting that on the left of your screen. Or at least as I'm looking at it, it's like the left. So cane bins off, I know there were cane bins off to the right, sitting on the rail, and a tram. I don't know if that was on the screen. And you might have seen a number of little tram lines. Yep, that's definitely water vapor. That big steamy one, it's water vapor turning to steam because very close to the thing it's clear and then it quickly turns into white cloud. That's water vapor turning into steam, or steam, sorry, turning into water vapor. Steam is the invisible, means that it's 100 degrees, and then as it cools down, it turns into small water droplets. A large river called the South Johnson, which often floods during the wet season, which is Christmas time, is our hot and wet season. And here on the coast, from Cairns and north of Cairns to all the way to Ingham, lots of flooding in the rivers because there's what they call a Great Dividing Range runs along the coast, and water-laden clouds come from the ocean, hit the coast and drop their rain on the coast and on the range. And now he's decided to back off, thankfully. Finally. No, it's catching up. He wants to tailgate again. Oh, yeah, mate, I know you'd love to go faster, so would I, but tailgating me doesn't help anything.
With pipes as well.
Yeah, well. Tailgating me means I want to go slower because you're making it more dangerous. There's nowhere I can go to go forward to get away from you, so I have to slow down so that you don't keep making it dangerous. And now that he's got out of my way, I can go the speed limit. Because clearly he didn't want to go the speed limit.
Can I ask a political question?
Always.
If I wanted to get a law made in Australia,
Yeah.
what's the process of doing that?
It's impossible. But good luck to you. You lobby your local member. You find out who needs to make the law, whether it's local, state, or federal, or a combination, or something else. You see what the politicians say, and the politicians will say, no, I can't help you, but they'll say it in a way that makes it sound like they want to help you. And then not only does that politician have to agree with you, but at least half of the parliament in the lower house has to agree with you, and then half of the parliament in the upper house also has to agree with you for the law to be passed. And then that's not the end of it. The law gets passed, and then the courts will interpret the law. So you have to get the lawyers and the judges have to agree with your desire for what the law is to accomplish, because they can take the law and they can twist it to mean something you didn't want to happen, and you won't get what you want. So pretty much it's impossible. But with God, all things are possible. If God wants you to do it, you can do it. But it's usually very, very difficult, takes a long time, and frequently fails. What?
They're still there.
Well, they're probably working. They're probably back there. Or they broke down.
Fruit and chocolate.
And this moron still wants to tailgate me.
300 meters. Please design a sticker. Back off.
Stay off my tail or I will slow down.
If you're seeing black glass window and you're too fast,
If you can read this, you're too close to me. Back off.
that's smoke.
I don't know. Looks like it could be dirt. It could be a whirlwind. It could be anything.
Now, Graham is being
Shut up. No. I'm trying to stop a dangerous situation with a moron that is sitting on my tail. No matter what speed I go, he wants to keep sitting right behind me and not giving enough space so that if we have an accident, we don't make it worse.
all over
But
me.
stop, please. We're almost there. Moron. That's the Ingham drilling guy.
Oh,
What an imbecile.
shady spots.
No. Except in between those two cars where there's half a car width. Because this imbecile. So the car's going to be boiling hot when we come back out. So there you go. That's the trip to Paronella Park. I'm going to end now.